Now the question is, what is it that you determine is your need? What is your box cover that you grab onto when you and yourself says that this is what I'm going to hold on to now and I'm not going to let go? I don't care what anyone else say. I don't care how much is destroying my life. I don't care how much I buck up. I don't care how much I fall down. I'm going to repeat that same cycle over and over and over again. Now mind you, others see that we're going down a dangerous path. And they're trying to warn us and to say, hey, pause a second now. You need to realize that you are destroying yourself. You need to realize that your family is falling apart. You need to realize that your children are going astray. You need to realize that your bank account is getting empty. You need to realize that you're destroying your reputation. You need to realize that you're all by yourself. And everything that you think is so important to you, it should be the last thing you have in your life. Now I know for us that's different things. Maybe it's people. Maybe it's some people that we say we've been hanging with for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, and even though they don't mean us well, we still holding on to them. Maybe it's lifestyle habits. That we say that I've been doing this all my life and it makes me feel good. And so I'm refusing to let it go because I don't know what's going to replace it in my life. What is the need that you're holding on to according to you? Because there's a Father, according to Matthew 6, that says He knows your need. He knows exactly what you need, not necessarily your wants, but He knows your need. And from the Gospel of Matthew, which is read so well by Jakai, Jesus says that no one can serve two masters. You're either going to love one or you're going to hate the other one. You're going to be devoted to one and despise the other. Don't worry about your life and what you will eat or what you will drink or your body and what you will wear. Your Father knows all of these things. Aren't you know much more than food? More than clothes? Look at the birds all around. They don't worry. They know that God knows their need and God has empowered them to fill that need, and so that's what they go after. Verse 27 says, can any of you add to your day by worrying and stressing out and trying to do it your own way? Why worry about these things? Look at the flowers around. They're more beautiful than Solomon, but yet still God has them. And then it goes on, Jesus says, if God can clothe the grass that are here today and gone tomorrow, how much more can He clothe you of little faith? Don't worry about what to eat or what you shall drink or what you will wear. For the pagans run after these things. Your Father knows what you need. Would you say He knows my needs? Say it, He knows my need. He knows my need. Say, He knows my need. He knows my need. Jesus says the pagan run after all of these things. Now what are they running after? What to eat, what to drink, what to wear. Now we learned weeks ago that Jesus is not talking about Kool-Aid and Gatorade and Vitamol and Calic and all of these things that we say that we want to drink. And He's not talking about ham and turkey and peas and rice and cheesecake and lemon meringue pie. He's not talking about literal food. He's not talking about Tommy Hilfiger and Polo and Ralph Lauren and all of these other clothing. He's talking about a bigger picture of emptiness and hunger that is in our lives. Because as we try to fix these things, as we try to go after them, we just end up being more lost, more confused, more perplexed. It's unclear what to do. We're running all over the place, looking for love in all of the wrong places, trying to get our hook up in all kinds of ways, and we just tossing to and fro. Here today, gone tomorrow, hot one day, cold tomorrow, friends one day, enemies tomorrow, and we're all over the place. When we try to do it on our own, when we try to fill it on our own, doing it man's way, doing it the way that people say you should do it, the way of the world. Because the world always sends us down a curvy road. saying that, well, if you play this line just a little bit, if you just try to do it just a little bit this way, maybe you can get a little over. If you sneak, don't go at 2 o'clock, you need to go at 3 o'clock. If you know, just don't talk it, just don't say it. If you do it fast, no one can tell. The world is sending us all over the place, getting us in trouble. The Bible, I want to highlight 3 people in the Bible who thought that they had a need, but their need was the wrong need. The first was the man in the pool of Bethesda in John chapter 5. He was hanging at the pool of Bethesda, sitting around, and Jesus saw him there. And Jesus asked him, will you be made whole? Jesus realized that he was a broken man. He was an empty man. But the man, he said, no. Whenever the angel stirs the water, none of my friends are here to help me. No one is here by my side to help me get in the water. You see what he says his need is? His need is not wholeness. His need was friends. According to him, he needed people to help him get his breakthrough. According to him, he needed people to show him how. According to him, he needed people to lift him up and put him in the water. But Jesus is asking him, really now, is that your need? Do you really need people? Notice how none of them were there when you needed your help. None of them were by your side when the water started to stir. When the angels showed up, no one was checking for you. When opportunities came, they were checking for their own self and they were not worried about you. Maybe they didn't want to fall in the water. They didn't want to get wet. They didn't want to strain their back. I don't know, but look around. Those people that you have been relying on all of your life, they're not here for you when you need them. Jesus said to him, man, will you be made whole? Rise up, take up your bed and walk. Your need is to take your life in the palm of your hand. Make the sacrifices. Put in the sweat. Get your life together and walk with your head held up high. Don't worry about your past. Don't worry how long you've been laying here. You need to rise up. Let them see you take up your bed and you walk. If they want to look at it on your back, that's their problem. But you're moving in the strength of God now. The second person I want to highlight comes from the Gospel of Luke chapter 19, a man named Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus had clout. He was the chief tax collector. He had position, he had power. Everyone was afraid of him. You know, when he showed up, you start to quake. That means he could tax you. He could take your money. And Zacchaeus felt that he only needed to see Jesus. That all he needed to do is have a glance of Jesus in his life, and that's all that he needed. And so the Bible said that he climbed up in a tree just to get a glance of Jesus, and he would have been satisfied. You know how it is for us. Or many of us feel that all we need to do is show up on Sunday at 11 o'clock or 11:15, maybe 11:30. That's all I need is to give an hour and a half. I just need a little bit of a taste. I only need to see what's going on in wrestling. I only need to shake a little bit. I only need to dance a little bit. I only need to hear a little bit of the word. That's all I need. And the thing about it is, when Zacchaeus came down out of the tree, he was still short. He still had his shortcomings. He still was vertically challenged. He still had gravity pressing down on him. He still could not get above the people. So his need was not just to have a glance of Jesus. Jesus saw what he truly needed, and Jesus said, I want to come to your house today. Now you know how it is when you invite people to your house. You're saying, I want to welcome you in. I want you to sit down. I'm going to take all of the good china. I'm going to cook the best meal. You can go in the refrigerator. You can have whatever you want. If you want to lay in the bed is all yours. You want to go in the bathroom, you use the bathroom. You want to watch TV, kick up your leg, you can make yourself at home. Jesus realized that Zacchaeus needed more than just a glance of him. He needed to invite Jesus in his home to take up residence, to be there fully. to move through his life in every way possible. Jesus realized that is what Zacchaeus really needed. And Jesus said to Zacchaeus and everyone around, he said, for as much as this is the son of Abraham, salvation has come to this house. Now what that son of Abraham means is that Jesus was giving Zacchaeus the status that he really needed. Being a son of Abraham means that you were an heir of God. Meaning that you had your position, you had your status in God. And so Zacchaeus did not need his status in the community. He didn't need his status on the workplace. He didn't need the status with his friends. He didn't need the status with his family. What he needed was to have his status in God. That's what he really needed. The third person is a blind man sitting outside the temple in Jerusalem. And Peter and John were walking up to the temple in the Gospel of Acts chapter 3. And as Peter and John were entering into the temple, the man was asking them, please give me some money. Please give me alms, alms, alms. I need alms. I need some money. Help me, give me a smooth 5, a swift 20, or quarter if that's all you have. And he was asking, he was saying, my need is material need. All I need is some money in my pocket. All I need is a little job. All I need is for my number to fall. All I need is for someone to give me a little bit of money. All I need is to sneak and creep and get my little hookup. Get someone to give me some money. That's all I need. But Peter and John, through the power of the Spirit, knew that that man's need was deeper than just money in his pocket. They knew that if he had money in his pocket today, by tomorrow he would have spent it. By tomorrow he would have gone up the road. He would have gone to Furniture Plus and taken a loan. He would have gone to Royal Bank and given Sister Adrian all his money. He would have gone to Higgs Construction and get another story added on. He would have put himself in debt. He would have done all these things and the money would have just wasted right away. So Peter and John said, silver and gold have I none, but what we have you, we will give you. Rise up and walk. And so Peter and John give him what he really needed. He needed God in his bank. He needed Jesus in his pocket. He needed Jesus to fill him and to make him not return back in the same place and the cup being empty over and over again. He needed true healing. God knows all of our needs and our desires. He knows exactly what it is that you need. He knows what you need, who you need, and when you need it. And the answer is Jesus. Who do you need? Jesus. What you need? When you need Jesus, all the time. God knows everything about us. I know we feel that no one sees us. I know we feel that we are so good at it, no one can tell that we're sneaking and creeping and it's destroying our life. I know we think that because no one else talking it, no other people don't know. But God knows. And so when we're crying our tears, God knows what those tears mean. When we're feeling empty, God knows what that emptiness really is. When we're picking up the bottle, when we're picking up the cigarette, when we're going on the corner, God knows why we're doing it. When we're feeling so depressed, when we're feeling so empty, when we feel ugly and broken and like nothing, God knows what the true need is. And He's speaking to us today. When we need it, He knows. When we ask, God is listening. And when we believe is when God works. When we really believe, when we trust God for who God is. Last Bible study we spoke about the word trust. And trust is having confidence in something even when you don't see it. You know that you can rely on it. You know that God is present in your life, and you trusting in God to take control in your life. You know that God is on your side, and you don't need anyone to convince you of that. You have God on the inside. From the inside is burning up. From the inside is billowing up on the inside of you. And you say, I need you, God. In faith, I come to you. Because, friends, God is not moved by just us needing something, you know. Just because you need money doesn't mean God is going to respond. Just because you need your marriage to work out doesn't mean that God is going to automatically respond. Just because you need your children to catch themselves, it doesn't mean that God is going to automatically respond. God responds to faith. God responds to faith. Hebrews 11 and 6 says, if anyone comes to God, he must come believing that He is, and He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek after Him. Diligently seeking after Him means that we continually going after God every single day. We continually trying to grow in Him. We continually trying to have more and more of Him. We're going after Him in faith. Without turning back. Without throwing in the towel. Without switching to the left nor the right. We're continually going after God. We're trusting in God for our life. And so an acronym that they use for pray, it says prayer means push. Pray until something happens. Don't give up. Don't just say, I'm going to do it for the day and that's it. But you have to know that you will endure struggles. You will have trials. But honey bun, baby boo, you got to keep pushing. You got to keep praying. You got to keep running. You got to keep flying. You got to keep soaring. If you have to be like the woman with the issue of blood and get down on your knees and crawl in the midst of people, you know that you only need to touch the hem of His garment and you will be made whole. So push! Push! God wants us to stay committed to Him, to keep pushing after Him. They that hunger and thirst after righteousness will be filled. It's not going to be an easy journey. It's not going to work out to be all perfect all the time, but God is on your side for us today to make sure get our priorities right, to search ourselves, to see the things that we have been going after, and to determine within ourselves, is this what I really need right now in my life? Do I need to just pause for a moment, hit restart? Do I need to fall in love all over again? Do I need to say I'm sorry? Do I need to change friends? Do I need to move out of the house that I've been living in with, surrounded by all of these people who are bad examples to me? Do I need to sacrifice? Do I need to give? Do I need to change my heart? Do I need to forgive? Do I need to love? What is it that you really need today? Because many times we figure that money can just answer all of our problems and that's going to be it. Yeah, money answers some things, but the rest of things you need Jesus. The rest of things you need His Word. You need His Spirit. And so friends, if you find yourself struggling day in and day out, just go to God in prayer. And ask God to fill you up again. To fill you that you don't need to be thirsty again, searching for the wrong type of water. To fill you again that you don't need to be hungry, eating the wrong type of food. To clothe you again that you don't need to be wearing the wrong reputation and the wrong activities, but you can be wearing God's Spirit in your life. It's available to us all. God knows what's missing. God says, prove me this day. If you give yourself to me, I'll open up the windows of heaven